little bit.
All right, let me know if you see the notification or anything that of us being live, and I'm just gonna. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You got a noti. We're good. We're live.
Yep, we're live.
I'm gonna check
Gucci.
on my phone. Maybe copy paste that link, send it out, and then we're good.
Yeah. Are you gonna tweet it?
Yeah, most definitely. Twitter's, I feel like, one of the most valuable platforms to have a following on.
Agreed. I do hear though. Well, I think I've noticed personally, and I've heard from many people, it's not good to have links in your tweets.
I know. Did you see me tweet Elon?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, I get it because they don't want to like have people leave the platform. You know, like they want people to stay on Twitter, and if you post a link, people will leave Twitter. But
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, from a business perspective, you want more time on your platform, but
right.
your platform doesn't offer video, so what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know?
I just feel like it should play within the browser. You know, like I don't understand why they don't have it set up like that yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be a little bit easier that way.
100%.
All right, cool. So we're live, and it looks like everything looks good at least. Hold up, let me make sure. Oh yeah, sounds good, looks good.
Yep.
All right, let's go. Yeah, so you mentioned that you didn't want it to go that way, like you didn't want the game to end that way, and that's essentially like that's how I feel, dude. Like that was spot on because that's exactly what I told it's what I tell like everybody's like, "Oh, it's not the ref's fault." I'm like, "No, it's really not." You know, but you give Jalen Hurts the ball with a minute and 30 seconds left with Nick Sirianni coaching, and you say, "Hey, Jake Elliott can probably kick a 40-yarder, or we can do the Nick Sirianni way and throw a couple bombs to AJ Brown and Smith, or and you know have them step out of bounds, and we could just end the game right there." And that's like not uncharacteristic of our coach. If we were playing against a conservative coach that would have tied that game, it would have been a completely different story. But at the end of the day, that call that was usually not called like 60% of the time, and it was a soft hold. It wasn't even thrown in Juju's direction completely. I don't think it completely changed his pattern or his running pattern. And what bothers me is the fact that that's how it ended the game. Like they could take a knee, and it was dude, we were neck and neck, and then they ended the game with taking knees, and that's not cool from a spectator standpoint either.
100%. And like I completely agree with everything you just said. And to even take it a step further, am I upset that I'm an Eagle, you know, being an Eagles fan? Of course. I wanted the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. Of course. However, I'm most upset that a back and forth, competitive, great game in a Super Bowl ended because of a penalty. Like it was just such a disservice to what the quality of game that it was, regardless of who the teams were. The Super Bowl is watched by millions and millions and millions of people. It is constantly the number one ranked broadcast across all anything. And
dude, Rihanna performed for free during this, right?
Yes, and you're gonna.
It needs to be entertaining.
It just blows my mind that that's the way it went down at the end. You know, like I can't believe, and unless it's flagrant, like all right, I understand. You want to call the game how it is played, and I'm not saying it wasn't a hold. I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying that either.
It was like a 2 out of 10 of how aggressive a holding penalty is going to be. Holding penalties like that, you could call on almost every single play. You can't make that call in that moment unless it's like a flagrant, like if dude just punched him across the face or something. Like then you throw the flag. Not on the softest 0.5 second hold of all time that barely affected anybody's route on an uncatchable ball. Like God, it was just a horrible way.
Meanwhile, there was a face mask on the O-line during that play. Did you know that? There was a fucking face mask on the O-line of that play. So it's like that's it could have teetered so many different ways. I actually think that the defense was set up in a weird formation too. I'm not sure if it was illegal, but I do know that the defense he pulled I forget who it was. They pulled the face mask of someone on the O-line, which is like Bro, like I could sit here and nitpick this all day, but what really lost the Eagles the game was the second half. It was the punt
Oh yeah,
return, and it was Jalen losing his hands on the ball. And much respect to Jalen, dude. Philly fans, like we still have respect for him. We're signing a mural thanking him on
yeah.
East 28th Street, something like that. You know, we're not burning the city down. You guys are fucking crazy if you think that that's what we're going to be doing. It's not.
No,
Um,
I have no hate for any of the Eagles. Like even Bradbury, who got called for the holding penalty,
we're
he had a great year
re-signing
for
him.
us.
We're
Yeah,
re-signing
like
him.
I have no ill will or feelings towards any of the Eagles players or their performance. The only thing, like I would say to your point, which I agree with again, is Andy Reid coached a great second half. Like they
Mm-hmm.
drew up some plays that just befuddled the Eagles.
They were good. They were
Um,
really good. A couple like weird shifty tosses to the side that we didn't expect. Some like really
yeah,
weird slants. Some really cool stuff that they did there, and I respect that. But also like our defense did nothing to stop them that entire second half. Like it's so weird that
100%.
we have Fletcher Cox. You know what I'm saying? We got Brandon Graham up there. We got so many good big names up there. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? We got Josh Sweat. What's his name that hurt Purdy? Hassan Reddick. We
On
got
Reddick, yep.
yeah, dude, there's so many people out there that like I was expecting more from. And I'm not saying, dude, actually, when Mahomes started limping, I got mad. Ask my
Yeah,
wife.
100%.
That's on
I didn't
God.
want
I
I
started getting pissed, dude. I was like, you better
yeah.
fucking tape that thing up, bro. I started
He
yelling at the
fucking puts
TV, dude. No, I was livid when I saw him hurt. And I was like, great. He gets
rub some
tackled
dirt
one
on it.
fucking time by Hassan Reddick of all people, and this guy's fucking limping, dude. I don't want to hear this fucking Mickey Mouse bullshit, dude. I want Mahomes. I want him to throw. And you know
I
what,
feel you.
bro? I'm glad that I don't know what they did. They shot him up with some cortisol, gave him a perk 30. I don't know what they did to fucking Mahomes, but you know they did it. He came back. He came out with his tongue out, just throwing like a madman. Much respect to him.
Yep.
You know they played a really good offense that our defense couldn't fucking touch, and that's the third variable in that game that the Eagles. I was baffled by. I mean, if
Straight
we
up.
sacked Mahomes as much as we sacked Carson Wentz earlier in the season, dude,
Did we
Mahomes
get
would have
9 sacks that
left
game?
the fucking stadium, right? He would have never been. His
He would've
whole
retired, bro.
his ankle would be gone. All right, it would just be Fletcher Cox Snorlax fucking body slamming him just the whole time, dude. And like if our defense showed up like Mahomes, it would have been a problem, dude. It would have been a problem. But
Bro,
like
I couldn't
whatever.
agree more. I'm upset with the Eagles that we lost the game, right? I'm upset that the Eagles lost. Credit to the Chiefs. They outplayed us in the second half. The Eagles played pretty well, but we made mistakes. The defense
Hmm.
didn't show up, like you said. I'm upset at how the game ended as just an NFL fan, though. I'm upset with
Yeah.
how the game ended as an Eagles fan that they
Hmm.
lost, but the way the Super Bowl ended as an NFL fan, I'm upset with how it lost. To me, those are two separate issues. Um,
There are only a few people that enjoyed the way that Super Bowl ended, right? That's 49ers fans, Cowboys fans, New York Giant fans, Washington fans, and who am I
Chiefs
missing?
fans.
And and Chiefs fans, yeah, of course.
Chiefs fans, definitely.
And like that's it. Like there's a select group of people that are like, yeah, that went well, and then there's
Right.
the rest of the people that like to spectate what I thought was one of the best Super Bowls with no bias. I'm a diehard Eagles fan, but that was like when you take the first seed and you take the first seed, put some fucking respect on the Eagles' names because like when you make small errors, that's the only way that you win or lose those games. It's not about like who has the better team at that point. It's about who cannot make mistakes or get caught making said mistakes. And
Right.
when you're splitting hairs like that, that's exactly what happens. And you know, we got caught a couple times, they got caught a couple times, but Jalen dropping the ball and that punt return is what buried our game. And we still only lost by 3 points. So kick rocks if you think that the
That's
Eagles aren't the truth.
I, bro. I completely echo and agree with everything you're saying right now, man. It was just, a bummer way to end the season, but I love the Birds and we got a bright future.
Me too, man.
And
And
dude,
I'm not taking
it,
nobody's shit either, dude. We're an elite level team. Fuck Juju. AJ Brown put him in a
dude, stop.
coffin.
Juju fucking
He's such a fucking
Juju is
idiot, dude.
I liked Juju. I had him his like breakout year in Pittsburgh on my fantasy team, so I was a Juju fan. But all the shit with the tweet afterwards.
Grow up, dude. It
Very-
was a really good close game, right?
Yeah.
And then like, yes, CJ even said it. Like, he even said it. He was like, I was holding his jersey. I was hoping they'd let it ride, but they didn't. Is what it is. I believe that's verbatim the quote. And then Juju's got to come out with that bullshit, bro. It's like, you won a Super Bowl. You didn't get enough attention, dickhead?
Yeah, it just was a fucking.
Your guy was
He's the
basking
worst.
in it. All right,
He's
so
the
let's
worst.
move into some gaming stuff, man.
Yeah.
Because you're the first person that I spoke with about that Eagles Super Bowl, bro. Like I told you, like yesterday, me and Lex were sitting on the couch, Valentine's Day, eating a nice pasta dinner, and she looked at me. She was like, "You're depressed." She was like, "You are legit depressed, Mike. Like I see it. There's an energy that left you, and it hasn't come back since Sunday night." And I was like, I'm sad, dude. Like we had so much momentum, and you're the first person that I actually discussed this with that isn't Lex. So that's how sad about that loss I am, because man, I was fucking ready. But let's get into let's get into this shit. What's up, Warlord? How you doing,
I know
brother?
it's gonna make it better.
Yeah, you fucking nailed it, dude. Yeah, so like, can you scroll up a little bit? Because that's first off, that's very fucking invasive. Oh my god, scroll up a little bit to my friend's face. What the fuck, dude?
What are we looking at right
They were
now,
like, oh,
bro?
I guess it's a little demasculating having the cat ears on there. Halo fans didn't like that. Let's make him pack a fucking eggplant in his pants.
Oh, bro, he looks like he's got a sideways cup on,
Dude. Dude, my guy is smuggling a fucking eggplant in his pants. It's
What are we
crazy,
doing?
dude. What are you doing, Call of Duty?
What are we doing with this skin? I guess they were like, every single female skin in every game is just a chick with a donk. Like, we gotta even the scores.
That's a
in
good
some
point.
form or fashion, you know?
They're like, no, I don't want to hear any female talk about Fortnite blowout butt skins being an unattainable, physical body goal for a woman. Look at that
Yeah,
hog,
right.
dude. I can't
Oh my
compete
God.
with that. It's just so strange to me. It's like there's two things that really stand out here: the fact that he's wearing kitten ears, and the fact that he's got like a 12-inch flaccid dong.
This dude is the only dude who can pull off kitten ears. Like, the only dude.
Like,
of all
nobody's
time.
looking
You
at
don't
them
fuck with
anyway.
this dude.
Dude, if
Like, you come up to this dude in Verdansk or in fucking Rebirth Island, wherever the fuck you come across this guy, you just hand him your gun and say, "Good day to you, sir." Is
Here
this
you are.
guy- Yeah, you win everything.
Dude, the guy's got overkill with secondaries. Like,
Yeah, this dude-
he's legit got a lethal weapon in his pants just carrying it around, dude. Like, the guy's got overkill by default.
Like, why is he stashing his grenades in his pants?
This guy's got a stun grenade, a flash grenade, taped together in that bitch. What designer made this in Call of Duty? Dude, I bet if you flash this to pretty much anybody and asked them what color were the kitten ears, nobody would even know he was wearing them.
One person. All right, I can't look at this.
All right, Call of Duty, you did a good thing, man. I approve of this. This
Oh.
is fucking hilarious. I wonder if he runs slower.
Oh.
Put this in Tarkov. My guy is tiptoeing.
Or somehow faster. He's technically got 3 legs.
Good lord.
Okay.
This is the best
Oh,
thing that has
shit.
ever entered Call of Duty ever.
Call of Duty doesn't do many things right these days, but that is one thing they did right. Let's talk about COD though.
All right, let's get
While
into
we're
some
on
Call of
that.
Duty.
Oh shit, man. That
All
was
right.
the fucking. That was a good way to start shit.
I think so too. Warlord.
All right, so there's a tweet here. It was a screenshot of, when Call of Duty released information about their season update and Resurgence map coming back and everything. And if you notice here, it says Resurgence new limited time mode. Then there's a little blurb there that we don't got to bother to read because that's not what we're looking at the story for. Limited time mode. What are we talking about here?
They like to just have the ability to pluck things from underneath of us, and I think that what they're doing is like they're gonna add plunder and they're gonna add a bunch of different game modes. And they know that Resurgence is the popular game mode, so what they're going to do is just keep taking it away from us. They took it away from Warzone 1, so this way everybody had to experiment with Warzone 2. And when they add new items, they know that everybody's going to be in Resurgence, and they need to pull everybody out in order to say something else was successful inside of the game and force everybody's hand to playing the new thing. Which, it's a free-to-play game. They have every right to do it. I get mad at that with the $70 title when they tell me I can't play certain things at certain times in the $70 title. I should have full accessibility. But in a free-to-play game, man, guys expect this, especially from a shifty company like Call of Duty that, they value numbers more than they value you having fun.
Bro, I wonder if they used Resurgence as simply a tool to bring players back to the game when the numbers are low.
I think
are
today
they
did
just
it.
gonna? I mean, here they are, right? They took it away for the launch because they knew they were going to get numbers without it. Now they're going to bring it back as the numbers have dipped drastically and bring back the player base. They'll keep it around and then take it away when they have other things coming, like you're talking about, plunder, things of that nature. And then when the numbers drop too low again, they'll just keep bringing back Resurgence whenever they need it. To me, it's almost like an engagement optimized matchmaking within the game, how it knows when you need to win and it knows when you have been winning a lot and you need to lose, but it doesn't make you lose too much that you'll never play again just when you're about to rage quit, which they know the point of when you're going to rage quit. They give you an easy lobby, and they keep you engaged.
There's lots of its and days that you're saying. Lots of its and days. They know. It knows. You know what it is? It's a fucking algorithm. Gaming is algorithms now.
Correct.
This is part of an algorithm. Welcome to gaming in the future.
PvP games, multiplayer games are all thriving from engagement optimized matchmaking, and to me, it's a very manipulative way to run a game or run a company of any way. Is to kind of push people to their limits and then pull them back and push and pull and push and pull, instead of just having it be organic.
Yep, you make a good game, you give a good product, people will play it, point blank. But they just need to squeeze everything out of it, and it's just one of those things that, as Call of Duty fans, like, dude, if I'm a developer in Call of Duty and you're taking the villain route the way that they're about to and take Resurgence away at some time in the future, I'm just gonna tie it to the premium title. I mean, they've been doing it for DMZ. You can only unlock certain things in DMZ if you have the $70 title. I'm calling it now. I think Resurgence mode sometime in the future might be tied to the $70 title.
Yeah, well, that's interesting because it's weird because I think people think of it as a battle royale, but it's like kind of not. It is its own kind of mode, which I really like, because I think
it could pass in multiplayer.
I think it's the most fun way to play COD.
I think so too. I like Search and Destroy a lot too.
That's fair.
I like Search and Destroy quite a bit. The respawn modes, they're okay. I mean, it depends on the respawn mode. I don't like free for all or team deathmatch, kill confirmed, or anything that doesn't have an objective because people get turtly, and I don't like that shit. But I mean, just the more competitive game modes are what I enjoy, and Resurgence feels like it's a pretty competitive game mode.
Definitely.
Which we could probably segue into what's happening next with Call of Duty perfectly, seamlessly, unless you have anything more to say about the algorithm we live in.
No, I mean, I think we covered that. Are you talking about the Warzone 2 rank play?
Yeah. That's major news, dude. Thanks for pulling it up.
Is there...
Yeah, so there was a confirmed Call of Duty tweet, and it's okay that Charlie Intel is also so reputable. I believe them as much as I believe Call of Duty, if not more, because they have somewhat of a filter to them.
Right.
But essentially, it's not coming. They said Season 3 and beyond, right? Call of Duty said Season 3 and beyond, soon to come, will be a Warzone 2 ranked mode. That's MW2 ranked mode, yeah. If you go to Call of Duty's original handle, it'll be there for sure, if that's what you're digging for. If you just go, I think it was Call of Duty UK, something along those lines. What's up, Austin?
Yo, what's going on? Strong, what's going on, boys?
How we doing, guys? Yeah, it's something. It might have been like, Call of Duty UK. It said sometime in the future.
Multiplayer rank play, major BR changes, including 1v1 Gulag.
That's the pin. That's not it either. Keep going down. It'll come up. There we go. Season 2 is almost live. Future Warzone ranked. Yeah, Season 3 and beyond. It says Warzone ranked, which means not the season, probably not Season 3, but maybe this summer we'll be getting a Warzone 2 ranked.
That's huge. I mean, that's a point that you've been making for a while that I have always agreed with. There's no reason not to have ranked. There's no reason not to have ranked and unranked in every single PvP game.
I agree.
If you are a PvP player versus player, that is the core of your game. League of Legends, Call of Duty, Apex Legends, Fortnite,
Valorant,
any game that's
CS:GO,
PvP.
fucking
CS:GO,
Overwatch,
Rainbow Six,
all the
Overwatch.
above, brother. They need a fucking rank mode in every game you release. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
Yes, ranked and unranked. You need them. You need them in all. And the
Uh-huh.
unranked needs to be completely random, and the rank needs to be controlled. And you need rewards. Like that's just what, because those are the two people who play the PvP games. The overwhelming majority of people who play PvP games care about winning, and they care about trying to see how good they are.
Measurable growth.
I think.
You know?
Right, exactly. So that's what ranked modes. The fact that Warzone has gone without a ranked mode this entire time blows my mind. But if they are willing to make that change and bring ranked to Warzone, maybe season 3 is when they pull back out Resurgence because they know people are going to play more Warzone because there's now a ranked mode.
They should rank Resurgence though. They'd be foolish not to rank Resurgence. They'd be foolish not to.
They should. I couldn't agree. I'll be honest with you. I feel like they should be going all in on Resurgence mode.
Yeah, me too. I think it's been proven now that people dislike the Battle Royale a little bit less than they dislike when, and it's just like fast reps. Yeah. It's all it really is. It's like it's fast reps. But what I think bothers me the most is the fact that, like, Warzone 1, 2020, should we make a ranked mode? No. Okay. Warzone 2021, Apex is taking Nick Mercs and a lot of the people that we have. Should we make a ranked mode? No. 2022 comes along, they make a brand new game, close all the skill gaps. It has measurable, fucking terrible quality of life issues. Right now, you can open up a case and it'll lag switch you. Should we make a ranked mode for this game that's basically an ADS rooftop window simulator? Absolutely. Now's the time to pull the trigger. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, why did we wait until we closed all the skill gaps to then add a ranked mode? It's like playing ranked fucking T-ball. If they don't change the core of the game, I don't really care if you're max level, and I don't care if you're like what's the highest, iridescent. I don't care. It's nothing compared to being Apex Pred or Radiant or max level in Overwatch. It's ranked T-ball if they don't fix it.
Do you know why? I'm going to show you right now why they are not. They take their time with things. They don't listen to their community too often. These are the January 2020. Wait, 2022. No, January 2023. January 2023. And it was, fuck, that kind of blew up my point there. Yeah, January 2023 revealed.
Okay.
Call of Duty, I think this might be a typo. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2 was the Modern Warfare 2 was the #1 selling game in January of 2023. Last month, Call of Duty sold more games than any other game.
There was a sale. It was 25% off, by the way.
So it's like, this is why they don't give a shit about what people want, really, because people keep buying the shit out of their game.
That's right. Like, shout out to Elden Ring, still in 6th place. Good for you guys.
Yeah, that is pretty dope, actually.
Yeah, that's fucking sick. They don't even, I think
but,
maybe the DLC did it.
The game sales, it's right there, man. The Call of Duty's going to keep doing what they're doing because they're still on top.
It's passable.
Which blows my mind.
It's passable to them. And you know what, dude? Like, by player base, I think that it's insane that, like, people are still buying it. People are still, like, they made $1 billion off of it, but it still has a super heavy decline in the player base. Like, it's so bad that they're making very heavy changes to it. And it's like, okay, so I think Modern Warfare 2 is the fugazi of the Call of Duty hit, like, of everything. It was the biggest Call of Duty fugazi ever. We all bought it thinking that it would be something it's not, left it, and then they're not even working on it now. Like, they're just working on Warzone 2 now.
That's an interesting point because you're right, most of the content that is coming for Warzone or Warzone game modes.
Museum doesn't count as a new map. That was a beta map, right? Ranked play was supposed to be here at launch because the game launched basically in a beta state. It couldn't even record stats to begin with. Dome, great map, love it, but it's also a remake. Museum I've already played on as well. Operator skins do nothing, new guns do nothing. Season 2 for Modern Warfare 2 is a fucking D+.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, they're bringing recycled content and that's it.
Dude, you
Whereas,
can't. We've all played. We know Museum was supposed to be in the launch of the game, and so was ranked play. You can't advertise something that was supposed to be here to begin with, and then put it in season 2 and expect us to get excited about it.
right? No,
You know.
I totally
And you could
agree.
call me
But
a negative
again,
Nancy or a dick or I'm
no.
bitching or
Well, okay,
crying. Like the
let's
game
bring
is
it back. No,
dying. I wonder why.
you're valid. That's why I fuck with you, because you make valid points. Okay, it's not just pure disdain or anger. You're making valid points, right? So let's bring it back to the good though. Warzone is coming with a ranked mode apparently in season 3, which is dope.
Yeah.
Resurgence came back, right? Because didn't it just come out the other day? The
Tonight. It
season
came
2
out
didn't.
today at like 1 p.m.
Right. So that,
Mm-hmm.
all that season 2, the resurgence map and everything is coming back. They're doing stuff
Yes.
slowly that is good. There's going to be rank coming to multiplayer as well, apparently.
Yeah, and I
Um,
agree, Austin. I probably will play a little Modern Warfare 2 ranked. I heard it's pretty good. It looks like it's pretty solid. I think the top 250 are going to pretty much be all competitor series players, all of like the challengers and cheaters and a couple really good streamers. So top 250 I feel like is going to be like unattainable nearly. But it's
Most likely.
iridescence probably the goal.
Well,
It looks like it's going pretty good. I think that Call of Duty, it's crazy that like they're now reverting Warzone 2 into Warzone 1, and once they add ranked play, it will officially have more to offer than Warzone 1 did.
correct. Yeah, that's true. I
Yeah.
mean, yes, because having rank modes is massive.
Mm-hmm.
It's I just wish they did all of this to Warzone 1. I feel like Warzone 1.
Me too.
See, I can't. I feel like though I haven't played enough Warzone 2 to just flat out say I think Warzone 1 was better. But I really liked Warzone 1, and I played probably 10 games of Warzone 2, and I don't think I really maybe enjoyed like 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I just the game doesn't make me want to play it more, and I think just the numbers alone speak to that. The amount of players that it's lost since launch speak to kind of what I'm saying. But
Yeah,
to
dude,
bring it
definitely.
back, they're never going to change because of January 2023 #1 in sales.
Yeah.
I want to segue that if you're down.
Yeah, most certainly.
So I tweeted this a couple days ago, yesterday, whatever, I can't remember. A very, very crazy sales stat. So these are the top selling games for the week of that ends in February 12th, 2023. This is Steam charts. Number 1, Hogwarts Legacy Digital Deluxe Edition. Number 2, Hogwarts Legacy. Number 3, Hogwarts Legacy. Number 4, Hogwarts Legacy Digital Deluxe Edition.
It's the perfect storm, bro. It's the perfect storm to make the most chaotically sold game ever.
It's like, to me, this right here is I almost think the whole thing that went down with how much drama and the boycott and all that, I think it helped the sales. I really do.
Oh, dude, yeah, most certainly.
Because I think so many people probably bought the game that weren't interested in it but heard about it because of the boycott, and then were like, fuck them, I'm buying the game.
Or even not even fuck them, or even, hey, I didn't know that game was coming out until there was controversy behind it on my timeline, because a new game can only get so many videos of hype videos, right? Like Starfield, I'm super excited for it, but there's no controversy behind it, which means it might have a little bit less videos hyping it up because there's not a lot of people saying, oh, this is happening with, you get what I'm saying? So like, just even
100%.
negative attention toward the game can bring a light to the game, which then people can say, okay, like whatever, man, I'm going to play a game. It's innocent. I'm going to buy it. And then they do. So
bro, and that's
it's marketing.
We've said this before, as marketing, and sometimes any publicity is good publicity, and I think this is a thing here. But for people who are potentially wondering how it's possible, I just learned this the other day. I thought it was very interesting how this game could be in the first 4 slots and how it's not just 1 slot. So you have the two, you have Hogwarts Legacy, and then you have the Digital Deluxe Edition, which are separated.
Yeah.
And then you also have Hogwarts Legacy and the Digital Deluxe Edition that were pre-orders. So pre-order regular version, pre-order deluxe version, post-release regular version, and post-release deluxe version are 4 different categories.
Mm-hmm.
And each one of them was sold more copies than any other game last week.
Wow.
Yes, so that's not even all of them combined. It's wild. It's like how the Walmart people, the Waltons, like 4 of the 5 richest people are all like Waltons. It's kind of
Mhm.
like that.
It is.
And to me, it's just crazy that there's so much controversy around it, and this is just it's a good game, man.
It's a
It's a
solid
good.
game, man. I
I,
enjoyed it.
I know you've been playing it. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, man. Me and my wife.
But this was a crazy sales stat that I thought was very interesting.
It is
Um,
pretty interesting, man. I think that I think that when it comes down to it, man, negative attention sometimes just brings attention, and when games are about to sell, attention is attention. It just is what it is. You know what I mean?
Correct. Yep.
And if you don't really have like an extremely strong opinion on what the subject of the controversy is, then more likely than not, you just put it inside of a potential consumer's hands, and that's
Right.
it just is what it is, dude. You know, it's a controversy can sometimes bring attention. So here we are now.
Yeah, and s- speaking of controversy with the game, there's the newest news is that there's developers that made the game that are boycotting the game, which is very stupid in my opinion. Um, I don't understand how you can work on the game for that long, and then like your big stance against it is like, even though I helped make it, I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that you gave more value to that game by helping make it than you did paying $60 for it, and you
correct.
contributed making that game. That's the most. That's. I don't want to say insanity, but I do want to say that is one of the dumbest shit. That's some of the dumbest shit I ever heard. It's
I
ridiculous,
agree.
dude.
I also think it's a little crazy that developers who work on a game don't get to play it for free. I feel like
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
that seems a little odd. Like if you
Yeah,
work at a gym, you get a free gym membership. Like,
yeah, dude.
I don't know. I thought that struck me as a little strange
Yeah,
as well.
that's. I didn't think about that. But hey, look,
Yeah.
here's something that this is just food for thought when it comes down to. Can you scroll down a little bit on this article, because I just want to pick one thing now. Who is the developer of this game? I forget what it's called. I haven't.
Oh,
So
like the
like,
company.
yeah, who's the company that develops Hogwarts Legacy? Not that it's really super relevant to what I'm about to say, but it kind of is. Um,
Avalanche
Avalanche. Oh
Software.
wow, that's a throwback. Avalanche. I recognize that logo. I think they made Tomb Raider. They made
Oh,
something for
really?
the old PS1. Yeah, that's
Oh,
a
yeah. And wait, Portkey Games. I feel like that's the one that I've been seeing
port key
with.
as well.
Yeah, they've been like they're on the logo. Um,
Yeah, yeah, they
or
are.
yeah, here. Yeah.
Yeah, port key games is that. So I mean, maybe these are the people that you come after instead of the direct consumer, right? I mean, if you're going to have somebody that's sponsoring something that you disagree with and giving them a platform, then maybe the platform is the person that maybe you protest, you
Right.
start petitioning or making signs and going outside and saying don't do business with these people or whatever. Not the individual customer, because at the end of the day, hate spreads hate, and I
Yes.
truly
I
believe that. So like, if you're
100%.
if you're gonna come up with somebody and you're gonna say, hey, fuck you, I'm canceling you, you're a piece of shit, harass them inside of their Twitch chat, that's hurting your cause. So I think
I
that
couldn't agree more.
at the end of the day, if you want to really try to debunk their profits and slow them down a little bit, or even just shed some light on it, protest the people that are making the decisions to do business with JK. That's just my 2 cents, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I like what you said. You can't cure hate with hate. Like it's
Mm-mm.
not.
It
It's
never
not
works,
something
dude.
that it never works. I
No.
think I'm actually making a video about this that I'm probably gonna release tomorrow. That is kind of just covers like everything that's going on with it and how I feel about it. Um, and it's just, to me, the strategy is not good. You've got a lot of
No.
games out there that that are LGBTQ friendly and supportive, and I'm not saying this game isn't, or J.K. Rowling even isn't. I'm not even going to go that far and make those claims, but why not focus your attention on games who are promoting your cause and
Mm-hmm.
supporting you? There's a lot of streamers out there who are leaders in the LGBTQ community, and we don't hear enough about those people.
No. I
So
mean,
to me,
Apex
you're
Legends is a game that has so much
right.
diversity when it comes to everything. When it comes to the LGBT, when it comes to gender, when it comes to race, where they're from, with accents. You can. I mean, Apex Legends is just at the forefront of that, and I think that they do get some praise. I'll give it to the LGBTQ community. They definitely praise Apex Legends for doing that, and perfect segue into Apex Legends Season 16, which is shout out to Maverick, by the way. Parted ways
Love
with
Maverick.
New York subliners, moved to LA. Great guy,
He was.
congratulations.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off there, but I think he left Subliners and he's with Guard now.
Ah,
The
cool.
Guard. I've never heard of them before, but it seems pretty dope.
See
like
that
the
last
name.
hashtag? That's why I bangs with that man.
Yeah, and Maverick he's been on the show before. He's just a dude with he is like a pure journalist and reporter in my mind, in the sense that like he digs deep and finds facts.
He does. He's a
Um,
numbers guy
I
too, man. Analyst.
Big numbers guy.
Yeah.
Yep. I really enjoy Maverick. But yeah, let's talk about season 16 a little bit.
His take is
Um,
perfect. I think that it's really cool that like, you can hit an all-time peak with player count inside of your game, but it doesn't really have anything that's like other than like the Nemesis, the 3-burst AR, which is busted as shit, by the way. That is like
That's what I hear,
that's
yeah.
like one of the only things that are like brand new in this game. There's no new legend. They didn't drop a new map. I don't even think there's any new arena maps. There's just new modes within the arena maps. They did
Right.
a housekeeping season, and a housekeeping season busted their numbers through the roof.
Yeah. This is an all-time peak player count on Steam, which means like I think, I don't know if you kind of hit that point, but just really to hammer it home, this is not just a good season that they're having. This is their all-time highest season player
Yeah.
count that they're having. People clearly care about the health of their game, and you talk about games that Tarkov is a perfect example of a game that has so many bugs and has had so many bugs for a long time, and they just seem to ignore them, and they're constantly focused on pumping out new content. Apex does a great job pumping out content, and they're finally doing that housekeeping season like you were talking about. And here you go. Proof is in the pudding. It's a smart move, and the numbers. Hopefully, other games see what is happening here and take notice and maybe follow suit and start to have more seasons or more frequent, instead of just constantly pumping out new content. Let's fix our game. Let's do some of the things the community's been needing, that the game's been needing. Then we'll get back to some new content.
Everybody's head snapped toward Activision in the room when you said that. You're just like, whoosh. Everybody...
Yeah, what company are you talking about?
I wonder who it could be. Fortnite,
right?
they're pretty stable. Apex, pretty stable. EFT, maybe they could work on it too.
Yeah,
But
100%.
yeah, dude, this is good news. I think that it just shows that when you make a good product, as I said before, people will play it, and it's a free to play game, guys. Support Apex, because I think that they're doing a wonderful job. They did not make any changes to ranked mode. None.
Interesting.
I know. That is a huge complaint. I would say that the glaring issue in Apex is the way that they're handling their ranked mode as of lately, and the glaring issue in Call of Duty is, in my opinion, one-shot headshot snipers aren't there, and that's like the Call of Duty thing.
Correct.
I think
and the lack of a ranked mode.
yeah. So like,
But-
Call of Duty having one-shot snipers is always, I think, in my opinion, going to be something that like I always looked to for Call of Duty to supply. Like even when I was on an Apex grind and I was trying to get diamond or whatever, I would sometimes decompress, go on Rebirth Island, grab my Car 98 and go headhunting. And it's just that's what I know Call of Duty to do. So they need to fix that. And Apex is known for ranked, and I think that they might need to do an upheaval on ranked sometime soon. That said,
I agree.
Respawn is king.
Yeah, that Respawn and the way that they handle Apex, I think it's a lesson in like a good balance between listening to community, of taking care of the health of your game, pumping out new content. They're pacing themselves properly. They're setting up for the future. I think they really are setting themselves up for the long term, which is their goal. They've said that before. They want to be around for 20 years.
They will be.
They're,
They will be.
and
People will say they won't, but they will be. They will be. In some
I
iteration.
think so too. Yeah, I totally think so too. So let's switch gears back to COD for a second. It's something that
Jesus Christ, dude.
bro.
Do you think this
Okay.
is real? Do you think that this is a true? The sad thing is, like, if this was like an Apex conversation, I would know it was trolly. If it was Valorant, I'd know it was trolly. But the fact that it's Call of Duty, dude, I think this is it might be real.
I think it might be real, man. And like the Call of Duty community, this is a new. Okay, I'm going to credit this guy for ingenuity. I'm gonna credit this guy for desire. But
We know you're
this
hungry,
dude,
kid.
this dude is this is a strategy, or I've never seen anything like this before. So this guy Cypher, yeah, he's got. You always know kids are up to no good in video games when they have like interesting symbols intertwined with their name. I feel like it's always just these kids aren't most of the time they're up to no good.
And like a 2-syllable name is almost always a sweaty name. Can we just agree?
Cypher, yeah, that's fair.
Cry,
Yeah,
Crim
yeah. So this,
6,
but I guess
Scumpy,
this
like
kid.
the 2-syllable Call of Duty names, I feel like those are always the sweatiest. I see a Call of Duty name go down in league play and it's just like all 2-syllable names. Hydra, Skies, or like 1 or 2 syllables. I'm like, fuck me, dude. These kids are about to go hard.
Hydra is the sweatiest name I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, dude. I know. New York Subliner, speaking of them.
Oh my god. So this guy devised this scheme where he basically volunteers at a children's terminal illness clinic. He volunteers there, and all the kids there get to play games on donated Xboxes. So he has this scheme where he says, I think I'll get those $40 Japanese Xbox cards for $5 each and just start volunteering and downloading COD 3 on all the Xboxes there. Could also uninstall every other game to help even further. You got to get a background check or whatever, but I'll stop by Monday and see if I can get the ball rolling on this. The lobbies will be insane, bro. So basically what he wants to do is install Call of Duty onto all of these Xbox, this terminally ill children's Xboxes, and so they can get into lobbies with these kids through befriending them. He even said, I've just got to trick them into thinking I'm their friend enough so that I can show them when to join.
I thought it was funny until he said that.
Until he said that, now you've gone too far.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I mean, the whole thing is too far, but like tricking them into being your friend is beyond too. Now it's just evil.
Yeah.
And he's doing all this in the sake of getting clips. This is an all-time low.
Question for you, Remy. Question.
Yeah.
Warzone 2 has been out since November 16th. Have you seen one clip on Warzone 2 where you were like, holy fucking shit, like it sent you? You were like, that was the coolest clip I ever seen on Call of Duty ever performed on Warzone 2. Have you seen that clip yet?
No, that's a great point.
Nobody gives a fuck.
It's funny because I'm not getting much Call of Duty content anymore in general, which I'm kind of happy about. I felt like it was becoming so repetitive. Most of the content that I was seeing was very similar.
I killed a Twitch streamer. This guy had a funny death comm. I broke his camera. Whatever.
Best loadout. This person's hacking. Like, it's a lot of the same stuff, just in different, done by different people.
New hook, same game clip, but I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything in Warzone 2 that, like, I was like, wow, that's great. Like, Dr. Disrespect's no scope on the top of hospital comes to mind for me. Scump killing Aiden for like the World Series of Warzone comes to mind for me. There's a lot of stuff. Like, how about that no scope? Dude, there's so many iconic things that happen in Warzone 1, early in Warzone 1.
Right. Yeah.
So the fact that these guys are just doing this, like, it's just the biggest cringe ever. But on the bright side, they're getting more people to volunteer at a children's hospital.
True. I honestly, I'm kind of an advocate in the sense of, if you do a good deed with bad intentions, it's still a good deed. So like, this is kind of that in a weird way, but it's also just, God, it's the thing again that, we said the thing about tricking them into being his friend. That's fucked up. Like,
very fucked up. I don't fuck with that. That's just rude.
No, you're gonna volunteer at a children's hospital. You should have one goal in mind, and that is to make the final days of these children's lives the best days that you could possibly make them. Like,
agree.
This is just not that.
And above all, I feel like there's a much easier route. You go on nolagvpn.com and you pay $10 a month and you get really easy lobbies.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Well, VPNing's old, bro. Scamming sick kids is the new bag.
oh yeah, you're right. My bad. I
This
was
is
way more convenient.
yeah. No, would you rather pay $10 a month or like trick terminally ill children, bro? Like
Well, there's an
choices.
upside to that though too. There still is because look, man, I've done both routes. I've used VPNs on Warzone before, and I've also taken my friend's 5-year-old who games and put him into our Fortune's Keep lobbies before, and we got some of the easiest lobbies that I have ever gotten,
Oh
ever.
yeah.
And
Listen, everybody loves an easy lobby.
everybody does.
Everybody loves an easy lobby. Don't get
Dude,
me wrong.
we won a lot.
Dope.
So his son was having a great time.
Dope. That's pretty cool.
These kids will probably have a great time. They're getting carried into wins. You know what I mean? They're
Well,
probably
yes,
gonna
but I
have a
think
good fucking time.
that's fair. I think this
As long as they're not
this guy's-
screaming at like the terminally ill kids, like "Don't die because I need to come back in and I need to don't resurgence is in 23 seconds. Just camp," and just like screaming
I'm
at
back.
yeah.
100%, bro. But I think he's also mostly just trying to shit on these kids, which is like, this is all. It's so fucked up, dude.
But he's not playing
This is
against
just
them. He's teaming with them.
Uh, yeah, I guess that's fair. I think he mentioned about trying to get a full 12v12. I don't know. He
Oh.
said, I just got to trick them enough into thinking I'm their friend so I can show them how when to join. I don't know, man.
Cringe.
Lobbies filled with kids who have never played the game before. The clips will hit. It's
Maybe you just don't deserve to hit the clips because you fucking suck. Maybe instead of playing against terminally ill kids, you should probably get better at the game.
yeah, that is definitely the strat. But
That's always like the better strat than even buying a VPN. It would probably just to be like improved, dude.
100%. I'm not down. I'm not down with like the gimmicks. You know, I'm not down with like. To me, it's not necessarily cheating, but like it's Bill Belichick style. You know, it's like,
Oh yeah.
dude, you're kind of bending the rules here. Like, and I fuck with you. Like, you're innovative and you know you're trying to win no matter the cost. But like within the rules and the confines that everybody else is doing it. You know, like I don't know. I don't really fuck with that kind of shit. Like I think you should just try and be your best naturally.
Yes.
At all times, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, let's switch it off if you don't mind. I mean, unless you got anything else you want to say about this.
Yeah, one last thing. Don't use terminally ill children to get easy Call of Duty lobbies. That's
Yes.
that's
I think that's
that's
a
all
good
we got. All
note.
right. All right.
That's a good note to end it on.
The fuck is wrong
alright.
with you people?
So let's look at this one here. I tweeted this the other day. This is Jake Lucky shared this. I like Jake Lucky. He posts a lot of really fun, interesting stories. This is Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross is a big Twitch streamer. I guess I could say was a big Twitch streamer. Probably soon to be a Twitch streamer again. Not to get too far ahead of myself here.
So he swapped from
basically,
Twitch to Kick, and then he streamed the Super Bowl.
he swapped from Twitch to Kick, and his big thing was like, Kick doesn't have any TOS. I can do whatever I want.
Ah.
And so he was talking about I can stream live sports. There's a video of him, and he literally was like, I'm gonna be streaming live sports, watching movies. He's like, I could even jerk off. We could watch porn together if you want. I was like, all right, that's weird, but I get your point. He's saying there's no TOS. Here's the thing, Aiden Ross. It doesn't matter what Kick's TOS is. You need permission from the NFL to restream the Super Bowl live.
Yes.
Like, you can't just restream the Super Bowl for 105,000 viewers. A lot of people argue that Kick's numbers aren't legitimate, but anyway, that's besides the point. You can't restream the Super Bowl live without the NFL's permission. It doesn't matter what Kick has to say about it. So
Yeah,
I'm
there's
interested to see how
terms of
this unfolds.
service to repercussions and things that you do. I mean, like you can't go out and go on Kick and go smash someone's windshield in with a fucking shovel and go, terms of service says that they allowed I could do anything on Kick. No, dude, there's real life repercussions to what you do. You know? Could you imagine
Right.
being that fucking naive? You know what I mean? Just going out and just like going to your neighbor's car and knifing his tires, be like, terms of service on Kick says I could do whatever I want.
Right.
The fuck are you
Exactly.
thinking?
Right. This is one of the dumber moves I've ever seen. So it's this. it blows my mind that you can think you can be one of the largest. Like, how do dudes like this get to this point where
I
like you can
think
be
people
one of the
need
largest streamers in the
representation,
world?
dude. I think that like people at a certain level of like at his level, I don't really know where the threshold exactly is. I think that Nadia might be one like the threshold. I watched her break that threshold to where like you're representing yourself, and then shortly after you can tell when she started getting representation and guidance because the whole FaZe clan, she got tied up with swag, and I feel like somebody steered her correctly. And I also
Mm,
saw her also getting unhinged about her comments and about everything that was happening in her stream. Like I watched, there was a hard sharp, and I hate to use her as an example, but it's a really good example. She started leaning into the Bitmoji big head jokes. She's leaning into the jokes about herself now. Someone's guiding her in the correct direction. Now, she did make a big mistake recently by giving away somebody's info. She's
yes.
a dickhead for that. It was really
Yes.
stupid. I think she did that out of spite, and she knew what she was doing. But the representation can only do, you can only, bring a horse to the water. You know what I mean?
Right.
She's gonna drink. She's gonna
100%.
drink. But I think that this guy needed a little bit of like guidance with this one. How many people did he run this by before he pulled the trigger on it?
Probably very few. And I can't believe nobody. I mean, and also too, if you went to his chat during the game that he was streaming, it was just people, spraying the N word and swastikas and the KKK and like, why do you want that? I
Yeah,
don't
that's really
understand
weird.
why. It's very weird. Like, I don't understand why you would want to be a part of that. I mean, I guess for him, he's just probably thinking like 105,000 viewers is a lot of money. Like
Yeah.
it's got to be that because to me, I'm not somebody I'm not interested in complete Wild West, do whatever you want internet. Like to
No.
me, there's a lot of negative that comes with that. And I don't know. I just, I, this was a dumb move. It's probably going to get Kick in a lot of trouble. Um,
Yeah.
I don't think, I don't think Kick's going to last very long at all. Like
No.
you got the main thing that they are is like basically it's like Twitch that's like X-rated, I guess, in my mind. Um,
Is that how it is? It's
where
supposed to be that way. Kick is gonna have like you could get
you're
naked on Twitch on Kick and stuff.
maybe. I mean, the lack of TOS or I guess a lighter TOS could lead down that road. And I mean, the big thing on there now is gambling. The site was started by a gambler.
Yeah.
Trainwreck is like the big voice of that thing. He was a big gambling streamer. It's it's not run by morals, I guess.
Yeah.
And like
Which
to
is
me,
okay. That's okay to not run something by morals, but accept the
yeah,
repercussions that come with that. You know what I mean? It's the
uh,
internet, and people they're not allowed to tell you or suppress you what you're going to say. But at the end of the day, that this is a repercussion to having no filter. You know what I mean? It's the
right.
same thing with like 4chan. It's the same thing with a lot of these things that start off like the Wild West, and then they got to pull in the reins a little bit. They did it with Twitter. I think they're loosening up with Twitter now, but they'll be tight again soon. It's just
Right.
the
So
way the internet goes.
if you're somebody who's interested in that, go to Kick before it gets shut down. Is all I could say
Yeah,
because
it's
I
definitely on its
promise you,
way.
Kick's not going to be around very long if shit like this keeps happening.
It's so
There's just no.
funny. That's so funny that I don't think that what happened is funny, but I think that the mindset and the lack of guidance is actually kind of funny.
I agree. And for somebody who's at such a high level to just be like so out of touch with what's allowed, um,
I saw
at
you
the
tweet
level,
this and I watched this. I think this was on your TikTok as well, dude.
yeah, this is
This is
uh, I,
wild.
this is wild. We've talked a lot about AI stuff here.
There's a category of
Let's dive into this because I think this is something that has really serious implications for the future. Just a quick preface. This is a TikTok that was going viral for a while. That was a clip, bunny ears here
Yeah.
for the Joe Rogan podcast. So here it is.
there's a category of supplements that are very interesting, work very well to increase testosterone by about 100 to 200 points.
Well, look, that Alpha Grind product that's all over TikTok. If you go to Amazon and you type in libido booster for men, you're going to find it right at the top. And that's because guys are figuring out that it literally is increasing size and making a difference down there.
It stimulates the testes if you got those to make more testosterone or estrogen. There's a
So the issue with this is that it's fake. This is not a clip actually from the Joe Rogan podcast. It's an AI generated deep fake clip that was made by some random person who's trying to promote this supplement. Now, if you look closely, you can see what he's saying doesn't match up with his lips all the way.
Look, that Alpha Grind product that's all over TikTok. If you go to Amazon and you type in libido,
But if you don't know to look for that,
Yeah.
or if you're just listening, a lot of people, just listen to stuff
Right.
often. I listen to podcasts all the time. The voice was very good.
He
It was
almost
a
sounded kind
very-
of British there. Can you go back a little bit? The way that he enunciates himself, the way that he raises and then lowers his voice.
well, look, that Alpha Grind product that's all over TikTok. If you go to Amazon and you type in libido booster for men, you're gonna find it right at the top. And that's
Right there.
because guys are figuring out that it literally is increasing size and making a difference down there.
He's talking like a cashier at a Starbucks.
right.
You know what I mean?
Very forced positive inflection kind of thing.
You can go
Um,
there and it will get the thing and you will have positive libido. And it's just like,
Right.
all right, come on, man. It's
Right.
not flawless, but it's early technology, right?
Correct. And it's early technology, and I think my ultimate thing with this is this is just some random dude trying to sell a supplement that
Yeah.
did this. Imagine if you have a well-funded government agency who needs to put out a fake thing it can cover all their tracks about opposing candidate or something, and
It's already been done, I
they
bet.
can. That kind of stuff is not far
Mhm.
down the road. If it's not, maybe already
I think
happened.
it's already been done, to be honest with you. Especially
It's
with
very possible.
I'm not gonna go down that road, but the way our current president talks isn't very articulate. So
Right.
I think that would ultimately make things like this a little bit more believable if he says some dumb shit, which he has been deep faked several times and said some really weird stuff during his deep fakes. And yeah, man, this is already in full swing. This is not cool. And if you think about it, the amount of money that he should be paying, or this company should be paying to the Joe Rogan Experience to promote his product, would probably be astronomical, and they're bypassing it by faking it.
100%. So this is illegal on a lot of fronts.
Yeah, they're gonna get the
I
piss
just-
suit out of them. And
'cause
that's the
we-
cool thing, though. If you're successful with it, you're gonna get caught, because the whole point is to get more eyes on it, right?
True.
So if you're successful with it, it's also going to be the downfall of your inside. So the cheap way out is never going to be the right way.
Correct. That's very well put. That's very well put. I'm worried about what could happen in the future. That's my big thing. Is what?
Oh, we're already in
is-
there. That shit's happening,
Yeah.
brother. Yeah, that shit's
Yeah,
happening.
I wouldn't doubt it at all. Because we're already seeing deepfake art. We've talked about
Mhm.
deepfake art on this podcast, and it's there's a lot of stuff here. My buddy actually replied with this, so this is hilarious. Just show you this real quick. He said, "Counterpoint."
The brand new burger you can fuck. This burger is better than sex. You can fuck this burger. Only at Burger King you can stick your dick in this burger. Your balls will explode, guaranteed. You can come inside, outside, and all over the new Burger King.
I didn't see that coming. Dude, my mind right now was, I wonder if a deep fake sparks the nuclear end to the world, right? Because one deep fake could probably make somebody do something like that, right? I'm like, oh shit, dude, this could get really ugly quick, and then it's just like whopper, whopper. Oh my god, what a
You
segue!
literally fucked this burger.
Dude, I'm
Bro,
thinking
that-
about how terrifying this is, and that was a really
Yeah.
good way to break my mind from going down that rabbit hole. But that is
Well,
fucking hilarious.
So if you want, I hate to do this. Is there anything else pressing that you wanted to talk about? The baby's being tough today, and I want to go give my wife a hand.
Dude, go be Remy the
so-
daddy, man. You got this. It's all good. This was a really good podcast. It was short, but
Yeah.
full of really good stuff, guys.
100%.
really good
We
stuff.
we laughed a lot, which is nice. It wasn't just deep talks or bash sessions. I feel like we had a good time today, and we can do what we always do: end it with a good video. If you
I
want,
like this. I seen this. This is the shit.
Bro, this shit
Dude,
is
you're killing
hilarious.
it. You're 3 for 3.
Let's go. Mr. Beast was going to run this commercial during the Super Bowl. It would have cost him $7 million. He decided not to at the last moment. I wish he did. But even though he didn't, Mr. Beast gets better and better and better every day.
Biggest thing you've ever made?
The biggest thing I've ever made. Probably these nuts.
When Jimmy told me about D's nuts, I knew it was going to be huge.
When Jimmy first told me about Dee's nuts, I thought he was crazy.
I love these nuts.
Same.
I keep a pair on me at all times.
These nuts taste so good.
It's like this amazing peanut butter chocolate flavor.
Nut tap.
That's good nuts.
You have to try these nuts. Go to Feastables.com right now if you want some nuts in your mouth.
What's the biggest thing you've
Bro, that is gold.
Chef's
I
kiss.
can't believe nobody's done that before. Absolute gold. Mr. Beast is he's an innovative, creative, funny, great guy who does a lot of good deeds with his money. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a better YouTube couldn't be getting luckier really with having a better face of their platform right now than Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast, I have a proposal for you with this whole D's Nuts. If this is a real product, which I'm hoping it is, I definitely will buy because it is hilarious. And it's one of those things that, like, I'm like, damn, I wish I thought of that. That was right in my face. But here's my thing. If you make a lot of money from these nuts, yes, I think, now, I'm not telling you what to do with your money because you're wonderful with your money, but all I'm going to say is if you use some of these proceeds to help that guy fix his teeth, the actual D's Nuts guy, that would be fucking crazy. Wouldn't that be sick?
That would be.
Yo, Google
if
that
he
guy real
found
quick.
the
Look,
D's
look,
Nuts guy.
he's everywhere, dude. I've seen him at baseball games and shit. Like this guy's everywhere. And
This guy?
Yeah. And then people be clowning on this guy's teeth, man. Like I'm not trying to gaslight anything like that, but like it's very obvious, right?
Yeah.
Got him! Got him!
It would be dope if Mr. Beast could potentially help out that guy's grill.
Even if it's not like his grill, even if like he does something super cool for him, buy him a Lambo. You know what I mean? So he could drive around, and every time he hits the horn, it goes "These nuts," shit, something like that. You know what I mean? And not make an orange Lambo for him, and when he hits the horn like a Tesla, it says "These nuts."
These nuts for life for that guy.
Start a count. How many do you have to sell in order to give this guy an orange Lambo with the horn that says "These nuts"? Like.
Also, sidebar, I'm a huge peanut butter chocolate guy, so I
Me
might buy
too.
one of these.
It's one of the
And,
only. It's one of the only things that I like. I like peanut butter and I like chocolate. I like pretzels in them too. You know what I'm saying?
And I hear that Mr. Beast does $29. Jeez, oh,
10.
it's a 10-pack. Okay, I mean that's still a lot, but
It's a little bit.
I do think one thing that he does, I know with some of his other candy bars, is he takes good care. Like he uses quality ingredients. At least he says he does.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
Hold
it's
up.
not just
Pause. An explosion of chocolate peanut butter flavor, creamy, dreamy milk from grass-fed cows, 7 ingredients, made from organic cocoa. You'll want these nuts in your mouth.
I love that he's leaning into it so hard.
So hard, bro. He's
I
leaning into
fucking
it
love it.
so hard. That's so good, man. Yo, shout out to
This
Mr.
is
Beast
gold.
for being like the fucking. He's been the goat, dude. He really has.
I'm gonna buy these. Once this ends, I'm buying these.
I was gonna say you might want to hold off. We're live. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be putting your credit card numbers in there. But Mr.
Right.
Beast, hear me out, man. I mean, an orange Lambo for the D's Nuts guy. He hits the horn. It says D's Nuts, and or helping him out with dental oral surgery because I'm sure that guy gets made fun of. And I don't mean that
Dude,
in a mean way. I don't mean that in a mean way.
We need to get these nuts to sponsor us. That would be so fire.
That would be, dude. It would just. It's so organic, dude. This is the Actually, now that you say that, this is like the perfect thing to promote on a podcast.
Yes. Yes.
It would just riff. It would be perfect.
I fucking love these nuts.
Dude, these nuts would be so delicious in my mouth. I wonder if they melt in your
just
mouth.
Start every podcast with these nuts, you know, like
I wonder how salty these nuts are. It's made with peanut butter, right? I like a little
and
salt.
They were just at the gym.
Sweet and salty. Sweet and salty. I like a little sweet and salty. I wonder how salty these nuts are.
Probably pretty salty. Peanuts are pretty salty.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I gotta get going. I gotta run. But that, bro, awesome podcast.
Perfect
Fucking
podcast.
thanks a lot.
A1. Very good time, brother. Go be a dad, and let me know if you need anything. All right, man.
Sounds good, homie. Appreciate you and love. You know, First Shot Podcast. I fucking love you guys.
Austin,
As always.
appreciate you for stopping by. Strongest Warlord, you're the GOAT. Guys,
Yep.
later. Peace out. Keep an eye on the YouTube.